you want a New Year's Eve bash to be memorable, and having an amazing selection of appetizers can help you do that. We have some here this morning, courtesy of an amazing chef and good friend, Marcus Samuelsson, author of The New American Table and chef of a brand new restaurant that is finally open.
Finally open, Harry.
Harlem.
It's called Red Rooster, and Harry, I feel like you're part of it because you've been with me there through the whole way, and we finally got it open.
That's so exciting. Well, let's talk about these appetizers now. What do you have?
New Year's Eve can be the most fun night of the whole year, right?
Yeah.
But if you have a great fun hors d'oeuvre party before, make sure you make the hors d'oeuvres ahead of time so you can actually be part of the party.
You're not hanging out in the kitchen. This is to be get done ahead of time.
No.
So this looks like some kind of crab cake.
Crab cake. So we got a little bit of potato, right?
Potato.
And then we're adding in great jumbo lump.
Looks good.
Crab meat should always, and jumbo lump is the best because as you see, they call jumbo lump because of, really big lumpy crab like that.
So what are we mixing in?
You mix that. I'm going to add in some mustard for a little bit of heat, right?
Yeah.
And then I got a little bit of chili.
Yeah. Oh, that's good.
And some parsley.
Right.
And when these guys are done, they look like this. I made them smaller than normally, right? And because you want them hors d'oeuvres bite-sized, one bite size, right?
What kind of oil you have in there?
I'm mixing actually olive oil and butter, and that's how I'm going to get some nice golden brown.
Oh, you're going to make it nice and gold on the outside?
Exactly.
And I can't imagine you have to keep them in there very long, right?
This is about 2 minutes on each side, and they're going to turn out wonderful, crispy like that. I put a little bit of mayo, and I knew that you would go over and do that right away.
Yeah, no, they're too good to pass on.
They're too good to pass on. So you got the crab cakes. They're going to be amazing, right?
Oh, man.
New Year's party, look at that. They're already nice and golden brown. I'm going to flip these guys.
Right.
I'm going to leave them like that. Look at that.
Now, you have an interesting historic voyage in your own life, and part of it is from Scandinavia. So we have meatballs?
I thought everyone was Swedish in Ethiopia. Aren't you? Well, you can be Swedish at least.
I'm a little of some of that, I guess.
And you know what? Meatballs. I bring them with me everywhere. My grandmother Helga taught me how to make meatballs, and you can eat them any time of the year. For New Year's Eve, cut them in half, and they will be wonderful hors d'oeuvres. I'm putting on top of the meatballs, I put a little bit of lingonberry. That's a class will teach you some Swedish, right?
I love it.
They taste like cranberries, right?
All right. So I'm going to taste one, but tell me what's in it.
In my meatballs, you always have to sort of do them with your hands. So I got a little bit of veal, pork, and beef. And yes, you need all three. If you don't like pork, you can do them with turkey or chicken. I presume that I like the dark part of the leg, so it's really nice and juicy. I add in a little bit of breadcrumbs, and add in an egg, and a little bit of honey. It's a little bit sweeter than the average meatballs. Right. And today, meatballs are like the trendiest food in Manhattan.
See, you've always been hip.
Yeah.
You were there. You were on the trend even as a child, right?
Standing next to you, I don't feel that hip, Harry. I got to tell you that. You know what? I have to tell you, one of my favorite things all this year have been come here and cook with you.
We've always had a good time.
So much fun.
Yeah, always love it. And you know what? I love this little. It's almost like a cranberry topping on the meatball.
And that makes it nice and tart. Over here, I got some cornbread. You're cooking in Harlem, got to have some good cornbread. Right. And even with the cornbread, I did a dip. I did a fun tomato salsa dip. Right. And then the best, What are those guys down there? Those guys are what we're going to celebrate. And these are the whiskey fudge. And
whiskey fudge.
So they actually, the whiskey's cooked out, so they're safe for the kids as well.
Okay.
But these are, to die for. And we're going to eat all of this before the host comes in and take all the food. So you and I, we're just going to be bad and eat a lot of whiskey fudge.
This is so good.
It's good, right?
This is really, really great.
And to celebrate it off...
Now, what are you pouring
We're going to pour something here just to celebrate something called Black Velvet. This is a stout. Could be Guinness, could be Goose Island, any one of your favorite stout. Right. And then you just pour in a little bit of champagne. And since it is New Year's Eve, you can party like a rock star.
Oh, look at that.
Speaking of rock stars, we opened Red Rooster and Keith Richards and Paul McCartney was there. So that made me feel like a real rock star, right?
I guess so. Marcus,
Harry,
always a pleasure to see
everything.
you. Really been a blast. And congratulations on Red Rooster.
Thank you so much.
Here we go.
Isn't that good?
That's
Even if it's
really
like 9 o'clock in the morning?
You nailed everything today. No question.